Welcome back to the Bosher Gymnasium for the final match of this tri-match, Tornadoes and Scots. Tornadoes wearing the pink jerseys. With the white numerals and the black shorts, and we are underway here. Game 3 of this tri-match. Compelling opening point here. Pretty setting up Hoxett and the finish. Point Tornadoes. So Logan Pretty. Good looking assist there to set up her teammate Hoxett. Big hit from Hoxett. Graham sends it over. Opportunity now for the Scots. Bailey with the attack and the kill. Point Scots. So serving now for the Scots will be Savannah Savage, senior from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. All knotted up at one here. Several number changes for the Tornadoes with the pink uniforms. I'll tell you about those in a moment. Point Scots. Logan Pretty wearing 16. She's usually in a single digit. Big hit there by Presley. Kept alive by the Scots. Now another opportunity. Attack there by Rockstad. Point Scots. Kendall Rockstad with the attack, but the Scots able to foil that attack, and the Savage service will continue up 3-1. Big hit there, and the finish by Presley. Point Tornadoes. Checking in for the Tornadoes, McKenna Parkins, as Morgan Graham, the senior, heads to the bench, and Ashley Hoxett will handle the service. And service error, so Scots regain service possession. Point Scots. Emma Kampfleisch will handle service duties. Hoxett. Pretty. Now an opportunity for the Scots. Big hit there by Chupp. Point Tornadoes. But Caitlin Presley has other ideas. The Brevard, North Carolina native delivering the finish. Meanwhile, here's Bailey Lance wearing the blue libero jersey to contrast with the pink jerseys. Point Scots. 5-3, Scots now on top. And serving for the Scots will be Anna Vereen, freshman from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Point Tornadoes. Another big hit there from Presley. Presley will be rewarded with a service opportunity. 1-point ball game here. Glad you're able to join us wherever you may be tuning in from. Lance digs that up. Presley. Parkins. Long. Point Scots. Point Scots. So 6-4. Scots now on top. And serving for the Scots will be Riley Howell, senior from Belfast, New York. Parkins, Presley, Hoyle. And the finish by Hoyle. Point Tornadoes. Senior Morgan Graham checks in. She'll handle the service duties. Certainly one of the top serving Tornadoes. Tornadoes, by the way, a season high 22 aces in the 3-set win over Wesleyan earlier today. Point Scots. Scots able to handle that serve, regain service themselves, take a 7-5 lead. It'll be the libero for the Scots. Baldwin with the serve for the Scots. Now for the Tornadoes, Hoyle try to go cross court. It'll be Scots point and continue their service. Point Scots. The serve from Baldwin. Hoxett sends it over. Baldwin digs it up. Hoyle, big time block there. Point Tornadoes. Melanie Hoyle, wearing number 14 with the pink uniforms. And Abby Duncan checking in. She'll handle the service. Sophomore from Maryland. She sends Baldwin back on her heels, and that attack's wide, so point Tornadoes. Point Tornadoes. So the Baldwin, or check that, the Duncan service continues. The Carroll Christian High School product. Finksburg, Maryland. Presley. Graham. Here's Hoxett. Point Tornadoes. So Abby Duncan with her third consecutive serve, trying to keep this run going. Point Tornadoes. So Tornadoes on a bit of a scoring run at the moment. 9-8 the score. Duncan's service proving effective. Going way down low. Vereen trying to keep that alive. Point Tornadoes. So now 5 straight points. Timeout on the court. And a timeout on the court for Covenant to try to stop the bleeding. Tornadoes 10, Covenant 8, set number 1. So back here at the Boschberg Gymnasium, Covenant with a timeout after a significant scoring run that has been led by Abby Duncan's service. And here's an opportunity for the Tornadoes to keep this run going. Brooke Groves has checked in, the senior. Presley. Morgan Graham, Hoxett. Dug up there by Baldwin. Presley. Graham again, and Hoxett again. Dug up yet again by Baldwin. Graham. Presley, Hoxett, a third time. Is it a charm? Defended well by Covenant. Point Scots. Great point there, both defense and offense on display, and ultimately the Covenant Scots come away with the point. Meanwhile, Rachel Bartlett will handle the service here, the sophomore from Dover, Florida, Strawberry Crest High School. Point Scots. And credit the ace to Bartlett. Graham did everything in her power to try to keep that volleyball off the playing surface and keep it alive for the Tornadoes, but to no avail. Presley. And blocked there, the Scots on defense. Tough at the net. Point Scots. Covenant's 19-8 overall, 13-2 in the USA South Conference. An outstanding record. Tornadoes 8-7 in league play after a win earlier today. Point Scots. Scots slammed the door there. Big hit from Kyla Bailey. And just like that, the momentum has shifted after the Tornadoes had reeled off several straight points. Covenant's come back with a fury. Hoxit. Presley, back to Hoxit. Blocked, dug up by Graham. Grove. Point Scots. Timeout on the court. So now a timeout for Brevard. So just like that, the Scots back in the lead, 13-10. Period number one. We'll want to give you some updates from around Brevard College athletics. First, we'll take a look at the football contest. This was in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Methodist hosting Brevard, and Brevard's 4-game win streak has been snapped. A 31-27 win for Methodist. And looked like a back-and-forth game. Methodist scored late in this one for the go-ahead touchdown. And then soccer, who has begun postseason play today, they're in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, taking on NC Wesleyan. This is a USA South Conference first-round matchup, and the Tornadoes and NC Wesleyan in overtime. 0-0, overtime number one. They'll play overtime number one. It's a golden goal situation. If no one scores, we'll go to a second overtime. If no one scores there, we'll go to penalty kicks in this tournament play. We'll try to keep on bringing you updates from around Brevard College Tornado Athletics. Meanwhile, here, 13-10, Scots on top. And coming out of the timeout, see if the Tornadoes can stop this scoring run like the Scots did to the Tornadoes just a few minutes ago. And exactly what the doctor ordered out of the timeout, point Tornadoes. Point Tornadoes. Checking in for the Nados, Logan Pretty. Big time dig there by Bailey Lance. And point Scots. Point will go to the Scots, however. So 14-11 the score, and Savannah Savage will serve once again for the Scots. Kendall Rockstad on the move there for the Tornadoes. Point Tornadoes. And Ashley Hoxit will handle the serve. So Rockstad, Presley, and Parkins up front for the Tornadoes. The Hoxit serve. And somehow that stays in bounds, and the point will continue. Lance then digs up that attack from Chupp. Now the finish. Ultimately the point for the Scots. Point Scots. So it'll be a service opportunity for Emma Cavfleisch, junior from Fort Worth, Texas. Here's Parkins. Meanwhile, Riley Howe, big time dig from Hoxett. Presley going up high above the net. Here's Parkins. Point Tornadoes. The serve from Lance. Hoyle slams the door. Point Tornadoes. Melanie Hoyle, the freshman from Silva, North Carolina, Smoky Mountain High School. Hoyle sends it back across, then Hoyle again takes a whack at it. Lance. Lance, pretty, Parkins. Big time block there. Mariel Chupp, senior from Gunnersville, Alabama, Point Scots. Big time block there, Chupp. Seeing some good volleyball on both sides of the ball in this one between Covenant and Brevard. Anna Vereen now with the service and service error, Point Tornadoes. So, service back to the Nados. Caitlin Presley, sophomore from right here in Brevard. Presley keeps it alive, as does Hoxett, but almost an impossible task there. Point Scots. So Riley Howe will serve once again for the Scots. Scots 17, Nados 15. Presley setting up Parkins. Once again, the block game of Covenant significant. That time looked like Grace Lochterman, junior from Chattanooga, going up high. Point Scots. Then a service ace by Riley Howe, and just like that, the Scots have a 4-point advantage here in set number 1. Timeout on the court. Timeout for the Tornadoes, so they'll regroup. Your score here, set number 1, Covenant 19, Brevard 15. Back here at the Boshamer Gymnasium, Tornadoes and Covenant Scots. Match number 3 of this USA South Conference tri-match. And Service of Riley Howell continues for the Scots. Dug up there by Hoxett. Hoyle sends it over. Opportunity here for the Scots. Dug up there by Parkins. Grove sends it over. Another opportunity for the Scots. Point Scots. Grace Lochterman, she's been active these last few points, and Scots now have hit the 20-point mark. A 20-15 advantage. Parkins, Presley, Hoyle. Point Tornadoes. So credit the kill to Hoyle. Morgan Graham will check in, the senior from Covington, Virginia. It is senior day. Morgan Graham and Brooke Groves each honored in a pre-match ceremony before the whole day started on this tri-match Saturday. Point Scots. So lead goes back to 5 for the Scots, and libero Anna Baldwin handle the serve yet again. Presley setting up Hoyle. Hoxett. Presley back to Hoxett. Kill for Ashley Hoxett. Point Tornadoes. So some substitutes checking in. And Abby Duncan, who the Tornadoes went on a scoring tear with Duncan serving earlier this set, checks back in and see if she can get that magic going again. Duncan with that dig. Now Presley setting up Hoxett. Count it. Point Tornadoes. So Duncan's service efficiency continues. Point Scots. Scots, though, answer back. Now 3 points away from a set victory. Rachel Bartlett, sophomore from Dover, Florida, will handle the duties. Where's number 11? Graham, Lance, and Hoxett in the back line for the Tornadoes, ready to receive this Bartlett serve. And it's going to be an ace by Bartlett. Point Scots. 23-18, 2 points away now from a set 1 victory, potentially. Graham. Presley. Here's Hoxett. Point Scots. Set point Scots. So a set point opportunity here for the Scots, now up 24-18 after that attack error by the Tornado side. Hoxett. Presley. Sending it over there, nicely done. Kendall Rockstad. Point Tornadoes. Rockstad, the freshman from Kannapolis, North Carolina, wearing number 4. Typically wears number 20. Here's Logan Pretty, wearing number 16 for this one. Point Scots. Scots win set number 1, 25-19. So Covenant wins set number 1, 25-19. And we'll head to set number 2, Covenant with a 1-0 lead here at the Blashmore Gymnasium on the campus of Brevard College. Back here at the Boschmer Gymnasium, Covenant wins set number 1, 25-19. Leading the way for the Tornadoes, Ashley Hoxett with 4 kills. Melanie Hoyle and Caitlin Presley each had 3 kills. Leading assist facilitator was Caitlin Presley with 6 assists. 0 service aces for the Tornadoes after a huge day on the ace front earlier. See if the Tornadoes can maybe change that trend in set number 2. Covenant, meanwhile, Kyla Bailey with 3 kills. Rachel Bartlett, 7 assists. Also 2 service aces for Bartlett. 6 digs for Anna Baldwin. It all adds up to a 25-19 Covenant win in set number 1. And service ace there, point Scots. So Scots start off with a Bartlett ace. Presley on the attack. Rockstad keeps it alive. Presley then keeps it alive a second time for the Tornadoes. Lance sends it over. Rockstad then with the slam of the door. Point Tornadoes. So service now for Ashley Hoxett. Jump serve for Hoxett. Ace for Hoxett. Point Tornadoes. Well, we mentioned 0 service aces in that first set for the Tornadoes. Tornadoes had a season-high 22 aces against Wesleyan. And good to see the ace game back on track here as Hoxett able to get back-to-back aces, in fact. Point Tornadoes. So Ashley Hoxett now with 2 aces to go along with her team-high 4 kills. And the Tornadoes with a 3-1 lead. Jump serve from Hoxett. A bullet handled there by Howell. And Scott's able to get their offense going. Point Scots. And wrestle back the service. Meanwhile, here's Savage. Hoxett. Presley. Dug up well by the Scots. Pretty. Setting up Parkins this time. Point Scots. Ruling is that ended up out of bounds here on this near side. So point to the Scots. And the Savage service continues. So 4-3 now the lead. Point Tornadoes. After that point, and the service now into the hands of Bailey Lance. Bailey Lance. Sophomore from Mills River. Not far from here in Brevard. Lance digs that up. Pretty. Setting up Presley. Point Scots. And all tied up at 4 after the Scots earned that point. So no surprise, a tight start to the second set. First set featured 3 tied scores, 3 lead changes. Point Scots. Scots able to earn that point. 5-4 now the advantage. Emma Kalbfleisch, the junior from Fort Worth, Texas, with the serve. Hoyle with a big hit there. A little too much on that one. Point Scots. Presley. Pretty keeps that alive. Here's Parkins. Point Tornadoes. So nice job there by the Tornadoes to earn that point. Meanwhile, Presley with the serve. Checking in for the Tornadoes, number 11, Allie Simon. First look at Simon today. Point Scots. Simon's the freshman from Clover, South Carolina. Very promising, this young roster of the Tornadoes. 8 freshmen on the roster, many of whom have had huge years. Point Scots. Service ace there for the Scots. Compliments of Anna Vereen. Freshmen like Logan Pretty, Ashley Hoxett, Kendall Rockstad, Melanie Hoyle, all big contributors. Point Tornadoes. Tornadoes needed that after it seemed like the Scots were starting to gain a little momentum here early in the second set. Meanwhile, the senior Morgan Graham checking back in. Morgan Graham, honored earlier today on Senior Day, will graduate this spring with a bachelor's in art, double concentration, digital media, and photography. Point Scots. She was honored along with Brooke Groves. Groves will graduate with a bachelor's in health science, a minor in pre-law. So 2 outstanding student athletes, both on the court and in the classroom. Hoxett. Graham. Lance sends it over with all of her might, able to keep that point alive for the Tornadoes, but now a big opportunity for the Scots, and they take advantage of it. 10-6 now, the lead for the Scots. Point Scots. Kelsey Carmen serving for the Scots, the freshman from Cleveland, Tennessee, Bradley Central High School. Point Scots. Timeout on the court. So a timeout on the court with your score, Covenant 11, Brevard 6. Final score from men's soccer, NC Wesleyan with the 1-0 overtime win. A goal in the 100th minute. So that would be the final minute of that first overtime, and the golden goal goes to NC Wesleyan. Congratulations to a great season for Brevard College men's soccer under the direction of El Dana. Meanwhile, back to volleyball here. Scots with an 11-6 lead, set number 2. Tornadoes have already qualified for postseason play, but certainly looking for a big performance here against one of the top teams in the league, the Covenant Scots. Presley. Graham. Here's Hoxett. Point Scots. Tornadoes under the direction of head coach Anna Grant, assisted by Kia Kaufman. Hoxett. Presley taps it over and might have gotten a bit of the net too in the meantime, so point for the Scots. Point Scots. And the Scots with their largest lead, 13-6 now. Point Tornadoes. Big point there for the Tornadoes. So Tornadoes needed that desperately to stop that scoring run, but also keep this deficit manageable. Already down 1-0. Meanwhile, Abby Duncan. Ace for Duncan. Point Tornadoes. Abby Duncan. Duncan with the dig there. Presley now setting up Hoxett. Point Scots. 14-8 now the Scots lead after the Scots earned that point. Meanwhile, libero Anna Baldwin will serve once again. Lance, Graham, and Hoxett the back line for the Tornadoes. Presley setting up Rockstad. Point Scots. That went off a Tornado hand, and as a result, the Scots stretched their lead back to 7 points, 15-8. Second set, serve from Baldwin. Graham. And that's going to be an ace for Baldwin. Point Scots. Largest lead grows that much more, 16-8. Point Scots. 17-8 now, so the Scots continue to build their lead. Meanwhile, checking in for the Tornadoes, Logan Pretty. She replaces Allie Simon. So Pretty, Rockstad, and Hoxett up front. Graham, Lance, and Presley in back, and Presley with the dig. Point Scots. Scots now have extended their lead to double digits, 18-8. Graham, Pretty. Pretty again, this time using Hoxett. Defenders were well in place for that Hoxett attack. Now an opportunity for the Scots. Lance digs that up. Pretty now using Presley. Point Tornadoes. Presley with the kill. Tornadoes needed that. Now an 18-9 advantage. And the serve. Point Scots. Scots able to wrestle back the serve, and meanwhile, checking in for the Scots, Mariel Chupp. She's up front. And serving, Rachel Bartlett. Bartlett sends it all the way back to Lance. Rockstad trying to keep that alive. Presley takes a whack at it. Meanwhile, big hit there, and count it. Point Scots. Kyla Bailey. And the Scots have hit the 20-point threshold. 20-9 their lead here in the second set. Point Scots. Make it 21-9. Point Tornadoes. So 21-10 now the advantage. Parkins checks back in. Hoxett will handle the service. Jump serve from Hoxett. Point Scots. Scots now 3 points away from a set 2 victory. Have really come on in the mid part of this set to stretch out this advantage. Serve here for Savannah Savage. Bailey Lance able to dig that up. Big hit there by Parkins. Parkins sends it over again. Here's the Scots. Point Scots. So 2 points away now, the Scots, with a big cushion, ahead by 13. Serve from Savage. Hoxett. Pretty. Here's Presley. Savage with the dig. Bartlett. Here come the Tornadoes the other way. Chupp. Dug up by Pretty. Presley sends it over. Hit there by Carmen. Point Scots. Set point. So a set point opportunity for the Scots, up 24-10. Just a huge cushion. Pretty. Sets up Rockstad. Point Tornadoes. So still a set point opportunity. In fact, there will be several of them, even if the Tornadoes keep on winning points here. 24-11 now the score. Bailey Lance with the serve. Point Tornadoes. So attack error there equals a point for the Tornadoes. 24-12. And the serve from Lance. Here's Parkins. Lance digs it up nicely. Here's Presley. One-handed dig there by Bartlett, and Bartlett sends it over. Parkins now with the attack. Point Scots. Scots win set number 2, 25-12, lead 2 sets to 0. So the Scots win the second set, 25-12. We'll head to set number 3 momentarily. Back here at the Boschmer Gymnasium, set number 3, a advantage thus far for Covenant, 25-19 in the first set, 25-12 in set number 2. So a must-win scenario here for the Tornadoes. They want to extend this match. Tornadoes have been led thus far by Ashley Hoxett with 5 kills, also Caitlin Presley with 5 kills. Presley has 8 assists to lead the team. Pretty with 6 assists, Bailey Lance with 3. Lance leads the team with 16 digs. Couple service aces for Hoxett and an ace for Abby Duncan as well. Credit a block to Melanie Hoyle. Kyla Bailey leads Covenant. She's already in double-digit kills with 11. Chupp has 3 kills. Bartlett, 16 assists and 3 aces. Also aces for Vereen, Baldwin, and Howe. Baldwin has 9 digs to lead the Scots. Savannah Savage has 8 digs. And Covenant played very well. A 407 attack percentage in that second set. Really some precise volleyball by the Scots in that second set. See if the Tornadoes can turn fortunes here. Point Tornadoes. And a great way to start there, an ace by Logan Pretty, her first of the match. Pretty for the next serve, and then Tornadoes at the net win that battle. Point Tornadoes. So Tornadoes just like that, a 2-0 lead to start this third set, so perhaps re-energized. Dug up there by Graham. Pretty sends it over. Graham with a hand on it. Point Scots. All sorts of hustle, all sorts of pink jerseys hitting the floor there, trying to keep that point alive for the Tornadoes, but Scots ultimately win that point, and back to the action we go. Graham. Opportunity now for the Scots. Finish. Point Scots. Service here for Savage. All knotted up at 2. This is the 7th tie of this contest. There's been 5 lead changes. Lance, Pretty. Presley trying to go cross court there. Point Scots, Point Scots. So the Savage service continues out of Riverdale High School, Murfreesboro, Tennessee native. Rockstad with the attack and the finish. Point Tornadoes. So a service opportunity here for Hoxett. All tied up at 3, our 8th tied score. Ashley Hoxett. Jump serve. Received by Savage. Chupp. Dug up by Pretty. Point Scots. And Scots able to earn that point. 4-3 advantage for the visiting team from Lookout Mountain, Georgia, just outside of Chattanooga. Parkins sends it over. Savage digs it up. Finish there. Point Scots. Kelsey Carmen, freshman from Cleveland, Tennessee. Serve here from Kalbfleisch. Big hit there from Parkins. Point Scots. Unfortunately, off the mark. And just like that, the Scots have a 6-3 advantage here in set number 3, already up 2-0 in sets. Presley with a big hit, well defended by the Scots on the blocking at the net. Lochderin and Carmen on that block. Savage then digs it up. Chupp sends it over. Here's Presley. One of the longer rallies of the match. Parkins says, enough of this business. I'm just going to slam this volleyball and take control of this situation. And Parkins with the point. 6-4, serve from Lance. Point Tornadoes. So 6-5 now the score. Period number 3. Bailey Lance with the serve. Point Scots. 7-5 now the advantage. And the serve from Vereen, and that's going to be an ace. Point Scots. Anna Vereen, that's her second ace of the contest. Just a fastball of a serve, finding the one available part in that middle part of the defense of Brevard, and then a back-to-back ace situation now. Point Scots. Vereen going this time to the near sideline. See where she goes with this one. She sends it all the way back to Lance. Presley with a big hit. Block lands in. Point Scots. So Covenant keeping this momentum going, now ahead 10-5. Another difficult serve to receive from Vereen. Hoyle and Presley there for the block for the Tornadoes. Let's see if the Tornadoes get some offense going. Parkins. Pretty. Lance. Parkins. Her attack sails long. Point Scots. 11-5. Timeout on the court. And a timeout on the court. Tornadoes trailing 11-5 here, set number 3. Back here at the Boschmer Gymnasium, an 11-5 advantage in set number 3. Covenant won the first set 25-19, set number 2 25-12. Hoyle and Presley were in position, however, the block sails out of bounds. Point Scots. Point Scots. Pretty setting up Parkins. Lance. Pretty. Hoyle this time. Blocked by the Scots. Point Scots. Rachel Bartlett was there on the scene defensively. 13-5. Scots. Run continues. Service error, point Tornadoes. Point Tornadoes. So Presley now with the serve. Point Scots. 14-8. Check that, 14-6. Scots with the 8-point advantage. And serving now for the Scots, Kelsey Carmen. Hoxit. Pretty. Presley. Dug up there by Baldwin. Here's Bailey. Point Scots. So a 9-point advantage now for the Scots. Point Tornadoes. Morgan Graham checks in after that service error by the Scots, and Graham will handle the duties. Senior day for Morgan Graham. Point Scots. Scots able to earn that win. Compelling point for quite a few touches. Baldwin now with the service. 9-point advantage for the Scots here, set number 3. Hoyle. Defended by the Scots. Point Scots. Lance, Presley, and Graham in the back line for the Tornadoes. That serve sails long, so point will go to the Tornadoes. Point Tornadoes. So service error by the Scots. And checking back in, Abby Duncan. See if she can get this service game going once again. Point Tornadoes. Credit the kill to Ashley Hoxit and the Tornadoes. Trying to get some momentum going. Service error, however. Point Scots. So 18-9. Scots now in command. Checking back in for the Scots. Mariel Chupp. Serving for the Scots, Rachel Bartlett. The serve from Bartlett. Lance, Pretty, Hoxit, finish. Point Tornadoes. Ashley Hoxit. Very nicely done there. Meanwhile, serve from Pretty. Lance trying to dig that up. So 19-10 now the advantage. And Savannah Savage checks back in to serve. Graham. Pretty. Rockstad. And point for the Scots. Point Scots. Carmen delivering the blow that time. And the Scots now with a 20-10 advantage. Point Tornadoes. So 20-11 now the score. And Hoxett will do the honors. Point Scots. So 21-11. Emma Kalbfleisch with the serve. Point Scots. Point Tornadoes. So Tornadoes down by 10, 22-12, serve from Lance. Ace for Bailey Lance. Point Tornadoes. Serve from Lance. Attack there, now an opportunity for the Tornadoes. Parkins. Point Tornadoes. Well, Tornadoes heading to the postseason, first time since 2015 in the sport of volleyball. USA South Conference play will begin on Tuesday. Point Tornadoes. It's been a great season for the Tornadoes, a lot of positives. Talked about that young nucleus. Players like Hoxett and Presley, Pretty, Lance, Rockstad, Hoyle. And Tornadoes will see if they can make some noise in the postseason. Point Tornadoes. Point Tornadoes. So Tornadoes getting a scoring run coming here in the meantime. And 22-17 now the score, so have cut what was once a 10-point deficit in half. And the Bailey Lance service will continue. Point Scots. Anna Vereen with the serve. Tornadoes trying to keep this momentum going. Hoyle with the kill. Point Tornadoes. Serve from Presley. Point Scots. Set point, match point, Scots. So both set and match point for the Scots, up 24-18. Service there for Carmen. Compelling rally here between these two teams. Parkins sends it over. Defended well. Now Hoyle with the finish. Point Tornadoes. And the senior Morgan Graham checks her back in now. Still a set and match point situation. Tornadoes have a lot of ground to make up. Zero room for error in these set and match points scenarios. Graham. There's an ace for Morgan Graham. Point Tornadoes. So Tornadoes still alive. 24-20 now the score. Point Scots. Scots take set number 3, 25-20, and win the match 3-0, 25-19, 25-12, 25-20. Thank you for your support of Brevard College volleyball all season long. Best of luck to the Tornadoes as they head to the USA South Conference postseason. And one more big round of applause for our two seniors, senior Morgan Graham and Brooke Groves. Congratulations, seniors. So Tornadoes fall in a 3-setter to Covenant, a very tough Covenant squad, one of the best in the USA South Conference. Now 14-2 in league play, the Scots. And the Tornadoes will now regroup and focus their attention and energy on the postseason. Exciting times for the Tornadoes' first postseason trip since 2015 here at Brevard College for the volleyball squad. Well, stick with us. We'll have some final numbers for you in just a moment. Covenant able to win this one in 3 sets. 25-19, 25-12, and 25-20. We'll bring you some final numbers momentarily. Thanks for joining us, Brevard College Volleyball.